What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Now, today we have a Nationals question and answer video, and this time around we have the Philippine Nationals from Eric, who got top 4 there. And as you see, he played a Donphin Groudon deck, and we reviewed that deck a little bit in his interview, talk about what he would change and everything like that. In day 2, he actually played a Trevenant, a Selgor deck with Ninetales and stuff like that. But hopefully you enjoyed the interview. Thanks for watching. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel, and today we're actually doing a Nationals report. And what's your name?
Eric C.
And what Nationals are we talking about?
Philippine Nationals.
Okay, so we know that you play the Donphin Groudon deck, but what were the decks that you played against in Swiss, and how did you end up doing?
Well, during Swiss, let me start before Swiss. During testing, uh, I was expecting a lot of Rayquaza decks because it's the new set, and usually the new set hype, everyone plays the newest cards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, last year actually I made a mistake. I learned from last year because last year Pyro was a new thing, and I decided to gamble. I played Virizion Genesect, which ended up being very bad for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this year I prepared myself. So I wanted to beat the decks that I knew were gonna be popular. So Rayquaza, Toad, and Flareon, because Flareon is pretty popular over here.
Okay.
Yeah. So during Swiss first round, I faced against my good friend Kevin. He was playing a Rayquaza deck. We tested a lot, and let's just say he knew how to beat my deck because he knows how my deck works.
Okay.
Yeah, and then second round, I faced another Rayquaza deck. Well, this one, his name is Tiger, I think, and he didn't test that much. I mean, I don't think he knows how my deck works.
Mm-hmm.
So during the whole game, his Rayquazas were just killing my Robo subs, and even if he Lysandered my Donphans, they have like Focus Sashes on them. So at one point during the game, I had a fully powered up Primal Groudon and two Donphans with two Fightings and a DCE with Focus Sashes. So it was a fast game. Two
Okay.
games, yeah. Round three, I faced against a Fairy Box. I believe his name was Henry. This one, it was a little bit more challenging. I was scared because Donphan usually do chip damage. The damage builds up.
True.
Yeah, and they can heal the chip damage that I'm doing. But I think he's a bit of a newer player. So, and he drew dead. So he started with a Manectric. I started with a Fampi. Turn one, he attached pass. Turn two, evolved into Donphan. I had one Silver Bangle, which is really clutch.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting Stadium, Fighting Energy, one hit the Manectric, and it was a fast game. Game two, he started out slow, but he built up a Suicune and a Keldeo in the back. But I just had Donphan, and he had no way to catch her out. He just kept on killing Robo subs and hitting Howluchas, so it was a quick 2-0 as well.
Okay.
Round four was actually the hardest round I played. I was up against a Toad and Slurpuff.
Okay.
During testing, I liked the matchup just because of Primal Groudon. And during the game, first game, I knew that I just had to sacrifice everything and just have the Primal Groudon up. Because as long as I have that one up, you can probably just run through the whole field.
That's true.
So that's exactly what happened. I started with two Fanpies and a Howlucha. Turn one, Karina for the Groudon, and then Karina, I took VS Seeker, and then I used the VS Seeker to get the Karina back, and then I passed. He put a Head Ringer on it. Turn two, I used the Karina, Primal Evolve, and then attach, and then he cleared every single Pokemon until all the Pokemon I had left was Primal Groudon, and I was lucky I got a DCE, so I had three Fightings and a DCE, so the Head Ringer doesn't really matter, and then it just killed three Toads consecutively.
Okay.
Game two, I got benched. All I had was Fanpy and Howlucha, and I didn't draw anything. So I got pretty scared because at that point I was 3 wins and one loss. If
Mm-hmm.
I lose one more game, I knew I was out, and my dreams were like shattered. It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, luckily, game three, and I only ran 1-1. One Groudon, one Primal Groudon. If it got prize, it was over. Game three, I was lucky. I started with two Fanpies, Howlucha, and then a Robo Sub, and then I just did the same thing. But this time, I had the Spirit Link on. So turn one, I attached Karina for the Groudon, Spirit Link, attach energy, pass. His turn, he didn't use a supporter. He actually use Cerosic to remove it, and then put the Flare Tool again, the Head
Okay.
Ringer. So my turn, just attached, nothing I can do about it. Primal evolved, and after he cleared my field, all I had was the Dawn Fan. But the difference was, oh, the Primal Ground, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But the difference in this game was he actually Lysandered the Groudon before I could Primal Evolve. So I had one turn where it was active. It got hit for 50 and poison, so it's 60.
Hmm.
Primal Evolve, cleared the poison, and then, well, I had to pass my turn because it had a Head Ringer on it.
Yeah.
He attacked it for 50, so I had 110 damage. So I knew that I had I can still take 4 attacks from him. 110, so 160, 210, 260, so I can take 3 attacks.
True.
So I had the Fighting Stadium. I put down a Fighting Stadium. I killed the first Toad. He Quaking Punched me, so I can take 2 more hits. I drew the 2 prizes that I drew from killing the first Toad. I got a Fighting Stadium, so I was really lucky. Yeah, so next turn, Fighting Stadium, put it down, killed the second one.
Okay.
And then he had the last Toad up. And this was the crucial turn, because if I didn't kill the last Toad, I would lose, because he would kill my Primal Dawn Fan, and I had my Primal Groudon.
Yeah.
And and it's over. And he ended me to 2. So I was really, really scared, but luckily, end to 2, I got a VS Seeker and a Lysander. I Lysandered the Jirachi on his bench for him. Yeah, so at that point, I was 3 wins and a single loss from my friend.
Hmm.
Next round, I faced up against my other friend, Sandy. He played Flareon. I thought we were going to play the game because at that point, he was 3 wins and 1 draw. But he knew that I was going after the invite.
Yeah.
So he just gave me the game. So at that point, I was 4 wins, 1 loss.
Okay.
And then moving on to the last round, I played against my other friend. He actually played Milas that I gave him, a Toad Slurpuff. And he already got his invite, so we just ID'd to get into Top Cut.
Okay. Very nice. So in Nationals, is day 2 expanded or is it still just regular Swiss?
Day 2 was actually expanded.
Hmm.
For day 2, I didn't give you the list, but I just played Axelgor, Trevenant, Ninetales, Dusknoir, yeah. With Wally, with 2 Wallies.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Now, why'd you decide to play that deck?
Because I was talking to my friends after day 1, and I was telling them, Axelgor Trevenant, it's a hard deck to beat if you're not prepared for it.
Mhm.
If you're prepared for it, I'll probably lose. But if you're not prepared for it, it's a pain to face because item lock, paralyze, confuse, and then with Silent Lab, you can take care of Virizion and Keldeo. So I was just praying I don't face fairies because, with Wonder Energy, it's going to be really hard.
That's true.
Yeah, and Wonder Energy basically, and Aegislash, but not as much as Wonder Energy.
Okay. So going to top 8, what did you play against?
Top 8. Sorry. Top
okay.
8. First round of top 8. Top 8. I played against my friend. He was the one who beat me in round 1. Yeah, he played a Rayquaza, but when we started playing, he asked me like, how many points do I need to qualify? Because by making top 8, he got 100, which would put him over 200 something.
Mhm.
So he already got his invite. And I was telling him, he asked me, so I was like, I only have 50. So I actually need to top 4 to get to 200. Yeah, so he said, okay, since you helped me out, I'll help you out. So we didn't play the game. He said, fine, you can just have it. Go to Worlds with me.
That was very nice
Yeah.
of him.
And at top 4, I faced my friend, the one with the Flareon deck,
Mhm.
which I lost because you one hit the Eevee, he can attack you back.
Okay.
Yeah, he can just knock you out. Because usually with Axelgor, you want to face EXs so you can move the damage around. But when you're one hitting them, they can actually attack you back.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So
So
was
it was
that-
it was tough.
Were those games even close?
It was okay, but as soon as I can't stream the Axelgors, it got really tough because when he kills the Trevenant, then you have to worry about setting up a Trevenant and an Excelgor.
Hmm.
And even if I have Wally's really good because even if let's say you don't have a Shelmet this turn, because you can only put an Excelgor out, you don't have the resources to get the Wally, the Shelmet, so you can just use Wally for the Shelmet to get into Excelgor. I also ran a 1/1 Electrode for draw.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about your Groudon list some in a little bit. You heard
Oh,
that?
the Groudon list, the Groudon list.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because again, when we started testing, I was planning to play Toad, but the problem is, it's too flippy for me. I've played games when I just can't flip heads, and I just lose right away. It's hard if you're not really it doesn't have that consistency. You can't rely on it because you can't rely on it in a way that it relies on coin flips, and I'm really bad in coin flips. I flipped 1 out of 10 in a game, so I was like, I can't. I have to play something else. So I tried Rayquaza, but somehow I just can't make it work. It's not my style.
Yeah.
So I was testing. Actually, I had three decks I was testing. One was the Dawn Fan with Primal Groudon, which is the one I got from. I saw that in Charizard Lounge and in one of your interviews.
Okay.
Second list I was testing was the 4 Wobbuffet and 3 Primal Groudon line. That one's really good against Rayquazas, but the problem is against those speed decks that can just kill the Wobbuffet consecutively, like Flareon, Night March. It's really hard because once you run out of Wobbuffet, you can't set up the second Primal Groudon. You're gonna have troubles.
That's
Trouble,
true.
trouble, yeah. The third deck I'm testing, this was kind of like just a wacky deck idea I had. I ran 4 Wobbuffet, 3 Primal Groudon, and only 1 Groudon, and I relied on Trainer's Mail, Acrobike, Maxis to bring the Primal Groudon out. It was really fun to play, but against Toad, if you don't get it turn 1, you'll probably lose.
Yeah, that's true.
But against Rayquaza, I tested it out. It was actually pretty good against Rayquaza. Because you get they can't capture the Groudon out.
Yeah.
That too. Because even if you run 4-3, you will still start with Groudon 1 in well, I don't know, 3 out of 7 games.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So yeah, that one you'd start Groudon 1 out of 5, which is pretty good because it's 1 out of 5 starters, and usually you just mulligan until you get a Wobbuffet. But yeah, you lose to Toad if you don't get it up.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, overall, was the 1/1 Groudon like really good, or did you usually like this?
Yeah, because Donphan really struggles against Toad because they hit you for weakness, and you can't put up your Robo Subs. Focus Sash doesn't even matter. So that 1/1 Groudon, that actually fixes the Toad matchup for me. While actually it was pretty good as well against Rayquaza, but overall for Toad, that's the best deck. That's the best tech for me.
Okay.
Also, the one who got the guy who got who won the nationals, he was also the first during Top Cut. He played Trevenant Shaman.
Hmm.
I actually tested against that deck. With a Groudon, it actually beats that deck as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, the 1/1 Primal Groudon was really important.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, did you have any cool teammates turns? Like when you use teammates, did you have any cool?
Yeah, actually, teammates is pretty clutch for me because usually I put a Robo Sub out, and they'd kill the Robo Sub, and I'd use the teammates to get the final strong in the stadium to start just killing. It's actually pretty clutch.
Okay.
At first, I was planning to switch it out because back then I was running 4 Sycamore, 4 N, 3 Karina, 1 teammates. I removed the teammates for the Karina, but then it's just really clutch sometimes. So I removed an N for the teammates because teammates really good.
Okay. So after playing the tournament, would you make any changes to your Donphan deck, or you think it's pretty good?
I wouldn't play the Mr. Mime if I could change it. I wouldn't play the Mr. Mime because I didn't really get to use it. And if you look at my deck list, I didn't really run it Ultra Ball, so I had no way to get it out except via computer search and
Okay.
teammates. Actually, yeah, one of my games were like that. He killed the Robo Sub. I used teammates to grab Mr. Mime because he was playing. He had a Manectric. I hadn't and I only had Haluches.
Hmm.
So I just put out a Robo Sub out. He killed it. I used it to grab the Mr. Mime and a Fanpy, and then yeah, So I had no way to get Mr. Mime out except for computer search and teammates.
Okay.
And I draw onto it.
All right. So, how many championship points are you at right now?
Exactly 200. Yeah, I didn't play that much. I didn't play that much, yeah,
Okay.
this year.
But still, you got your World's Invite, so congratulations.
Yeah, I was really happy. I've been playing second year. This is my second year playing, and the feeling of getting your invite is unreal. I'm just
Yeah.
really excited. Can't wait till Boston.
So,
Mhm.
when you go to Boston, are you going to stick with Don Fangradon? Or are you going to test a lot more, trying to find a new deck?
Actually, I was telling my friends something. I was telling them we have to watch what happens during U.S. Nationals. Whatever wins during U.S. Nationals, let's not play that deck. Because for the past 2 years, what wins U.S. Nats really doesn't do that well during Worlds. Because 2 years ago it was Gothitol. Everyone ran two Caldeos during Worlds.
That's true.
Last year was Pyroar. Everyone ran something to counter Pyroar. So whatever wins Nats doesn't really do well at Worlds. That's from my observation.
Yeah, that's really true, though. All right.
Yeah, somehow they counter it.
All right. Well, do you want to give any shout outs to anybody?
Oh, I want to give shout out to my friends, Wancho, Kevin, Sandy. All of them got their invites as well, so I'm hoping we can all go. My other teammates helped me: Tess, RJ, Ryan, MC, Jameson, Benson, Sean, Johan, and Jerome.
All righty. Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much for doing this. And congratulations on top four, and good luck at Worlds.
Yeah, thank you as well. I appreciate everything you do for the community, and I watch every single video you make. Keep it up.
Thank you so much, man. And I'll see you at Worlds.
See you as well.
All righty. Take care.